Hey everybody, it's Gypsy. So I was gonna vent until 4 o'clock. My son, now I'm on like I'm east of Cleveland far. My son called me, he was on the west side of Cleveland. He says, it's starting to snow pretty heavy here. He says, it's not too bad yet, but it's starting to stick and it's headed your way. And of course, we live in the snow belt. So I was just now, I'm not in the snow belt. So I pack up to leave because I don't want to drive in bad weather. So when I got outside, those big snowflakes were coming down. It was starting to stick. Over here where I am right now, there's just those little tiny snowflakes coming down. I don't even know if you guys can see them. But anyways, I am slowly, as I move away from Lake Erie, getting to a higher and higher elevation. Which is where the snow belt is, where I live. You know, the snow, when it comes off the lake, the majority of the time, it misses the lowlands right along the edge of the lake and then hits the higher part where I live. So that's what's going on now. So I decided, I just closed up early. I think I got in my car, it was about 1 o'clock. So I am kind of, we're getting closer and closer to going up. Right now I'm slowly going up, but there's this one road that I will get to shortly that, you're going higher. It's much steeper. So I don't know. But, so this is, well, the last of the, I really don't want to call it a warm day, but it's January in Northeast Ohio, so it's a warm day. It's in the 20s. This week, tomorrow I think it's a high of 6. Nighttime is always in the negatives. I think Tuesday's high of 6. I think Wednesday we're getting up to a whopping 10 degrees. I think it might start slowly climbing at the end of the week, I hope. But, I've been hearing talk that this side of the country is getting an unusually cold snap. I think for most parts of this side of the country, that's true. For North, we still have, this happens. It's not like anything all that unusual or strange. Doesn't happen all the time. I think last year we had a more mild winter. It wasn't too bad. I know spring was very mild last year. It was nice. I got my gardening started nice and early, which I was taking a huge risk, but it was a risk that I won. This year it's not going to happen. I can see that. But yeah, it's like right now, I don't think in the camera it doesn't look like you can see it. There's a bunch of little snowflakes coming down. Big fat snowflakes were over at the flea market. Maybe I'll luck out. In the higher ground where I live, it hasn't started snowing yet. But according to my son, it's coming. Because, the weather always seems to go from the west to the east. And my son right now is located west of Cleveland, on the near west side of Cleveland. So he called to let me know it was coming this way. He goes, are you at the flea market? Are you vending? I said, yeah, why? He goes, well, it's starting to snow pretty heavily. And he goes, I don't know if you stayed home. I said, no, I didn't. But I said, I just got my lunch, and as soon as I eat it, I'm leaving because I don't want to deal with it. I just don't. Snow is very pretty. And I don't know if any of you have seen when I post my art and stuff and videos, I love to paint snow scenes. I just have a lot of fun with that. What I don't like is to actually be in the snow scenes. If I can sit and just look out the window for a while, it's pretty. Or a snow globe or something. But if I have to go out in it, I can't. And it gets harder. The older you get, the harder. it wouldn't be too bad, I guess. I mean, yeah, I have a bad hip. I've had since the day I was born. The cold weather bothers it. But on that same leg, after I fell and ruined the rest of the leg, it's really hard now. Really hard. Not like when I was younger. I was just a skinny little freeze baby. Now I'm a chubby old woman with bad bones and arthritis and bursitis. So yeah, it's different. Oh, here we go. See, you see the roads. I don't know if you see it from here. We've just gone up a significant amount, but not as high as like where we're gonna get. And the snow is covering the roads. You know, I don't even know why I'm showing you guys this. I guess, you know, and ghosts are popping up all over the place too. I'm sorry. Yeah. My aunt's wearing a pretty blue parka. Like she still needs a parka. I'm joking. Anyways, I guess, you know, you hear talk of all the, you know, weather changes, and we've had a lot of weird stuff going on, you know, weather-wise and stuff. And I guess, you know, I live in a beautiful area, don't I? I'm so blessed. I guess I wanted to point out, I mean, I was born and raised in this area, and except for 4 years, I lived my whole life here. Although we don't have this all the time, it's not unusual, and especially in January, it's pretty much to be expected. So it's not like anybody should be worried that here, you know, there's something, you know, like it's like, I know south of here, like Southern Ohio, they have, look at how much more snow there is now, because we're on the road that goes up. Southern Ohio, typically for a Northern Ohioan, especially in this side, the eastern part, that's tropical, you know. I would usually love to have one of their winters, but this year they are getting hit hard. That is a more unusual, you know. And I hear the southern states, they're getting hit hard. But I think for like this area of Ohio, and even the northeastern Ohio, northeastern United States, I don't think this is really all that unusual there. And what's funny is, okay, you guys know I'm an avid gardener. We're going all the way up. You can hear my car going. We were always zone 5, always. And then recently they changed all the hardiness zones because of, well, the global warming. But I don't know, because I remember last March, we had a huge snowstorm. But, you know, for the most part, yes, it was a milder winter. But I think they jumped the gun on that. Because this, you know, this is more zone 5. And this is what we've had all winter. I mean, it has been like this all winter. This is what I remember when I was younger. You know, I don't know. I mean, when I was younger, we were supposed to be going into an ice age. And after living through the winter of 77, 78, I believed it. But it warmed up again. And it's cooling down again now. I don't think we should be jumping the gun so much. Maybe the earth just does that naturally. But of course, I am very aware that those people who think they are holier than the rest of us mess with the weather. I know a lot of people don't believe that. They think that's, well, yeah, hogwash. There's those of us who are like, no, we know they're trying to manipulate it. But this is Northeast Ohio in January. And my sister and I were talking one time. Her birthday's on the 27th of January. There was one year, it was actually, I think was it a couple years ago? I don't remember. It was her birthday, and it was actually nice weather. And she told me, she goes, this is the first time in my life I remember having nice weather on my birthday. And it's true, because January is the worst of our winters, and the last week of January, we're gonna get hit real bad. It's that. So yeah, this is normal. But I guess I'm just questioning. All right, the rest of you, like, who live south of me, like in the more southern states, is this cold snap, is it really, really unusual for you guys? And all the snow. We have, now what's unusual here is we really haven't got much of a break this year, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we're not into my county yet. But yeah, my county is noted to be the snow belt, but I don't know if you can see, it's picking up. The roads are snow covered. That's why I left early, because I knew no matter what it was doing over there, it was going to be worse up here. And I just, my only out of the house job is the flea market, and that's pretty much my business, so I don't have to go if I don't want to. So it's like, I'm not going to drive in bad. It used to be I had to drive in snowstorms and stuff. That was hard. Except for one year, I remember my oldest son, he was, I don't know, I think he was in first grade, maybe second. We had a really bad snowstorm. And living out in the rural area, they don't always get all the roads. Well, they don't get it cleared. Well, I got up to the main road. It's the state highway. And even that wasn't clear. I could not get through. So, that was one of the rare days I stayed home. But, I had to go out when I was younger. No choice. Now I would only do it for an emergency. So I just closed down my business early today and said, I'm going home before the roads get too bad. And I am staying inside until it gets, I don't know, maybe above 10 or 15 degrees. Because right now, I'm going to stop. I'm going to get my dog food. Cats are okay. I need a couple things. And then that's it. I'm going home. I'm bundling up. I'm getting under blankets. And I'm hunkering down for the next few days. This is the one thing I like about winter, is doing that. Get myself, nice and warm, with a cup of tea, hot cocoa, cup of coffee, whatever. Curl up under a blanket. Do some crochet or read, something like that. Usually, I'm talking to you guys on the way in, and you see this route. Well, now you're seeing it backwards. So, yeah, look at that. We have to put up these snow fences here, especially in fields like this, because then you get all these huge, it'll drift right onto the road or someplace you don't want it to. So, it's a reason for those of you who don't live in snowy areas. These red fences, wooden, those are called snow fences. Now this house over here, this is where I sometimes buy honey. This is one of the places I'll buy my raw honey from. You see, she's got, I don't know if you can see, she's got her table set up there with honey. So, I don't know, maybe a month ago, I stopped to buy honey. And she had some of the honey in the antique. Oh, look at this, baby. Can you see that, baby? Oh, that little pony. Oh, they're just so beautiful. Decorated, red bows and stuff. Anyways, what was it? Oh, the honey. So, yeah, those are the people. That's their horses. They had some of them jarred up in antique. The last time they made, Ball and Mason made these candy jars, and they're blue, beautiful, was 1923. So they are definitely antique. So I was real excited because it's filled to the brim with honey. And I got this antique for $24. So I thought that was really good. Yeah. you know, it's just, the kind of stuff excites me. Anyway, yeah, some things you guys may not know about me is I did not grow up in a rural area. I grew up in a suburb, an eastern suburb of Cleveland. Now, how I fell in love with rural life was as a little girl. My dad was a country boy. Grew up on a farm, so we would go visit my grandparents. And my grandpa, it was just like an hour south of Pittsburgh. I just loved that life. I loved being on the family farm. I loved my ponies. I loved riding. The freedom of it, the smell of the air, all the animals, the red barns. My grandparents had a beautiful farm. My cousin has it now. I just loved that life. It just felt free and open. Grandma had a garden, you know, all that kind of stuff. I always loved gardening, even as a child. This one house we moved into, I think it was like 11, I think, or 12. The backyard, it needed to be cleaned up so bad. It was all overgrown and everything. So there was this one big tree stump that needed, it was huge, or it was a big bush or something, needed to be removed. And we started as a family to try to remove it. But then I guess everybody kind of, or take a break or something, I don't know. And I was tall for my age, but I was like always really, really skinny. So I went out there, I pulled it out all by myself because I just love gardening, and it's like, come on, everybody. I was like, nobody wanted to do it. So I did that. Anyways, as you can see, I'm not in my county yet, but I'm awful close. You can tell. Now this is where it's a little slick right here. But yeah, not that we're gonna have a snowstorm with just call for snow, and just in case it gets, you never know. It's like you never know what to expect. Sometimes they call for a lot of snow, we don't get any. Sometimes they call for no snow, we get a ton. So anyways, yeah, I think when I turn up here in my county, so this is the official snow belt. Once we turn at this stop sign, almost home. Yeah. But anyways, that's how I fell in love with rural life. My mom, she grew up in Cleveland. She was a city girl, and she moving out to the suburbs was like almost rural. So I didn't really, I loved all my friends, and we had gang friends, stuff like that we just hung around with. But I really, really wanted to live in a rural area in the country permanently. And so when I became an adult, I did move out here. I'm not far from where I grew up, but this certainly is not a suburb of Cleveland. Suburbs of Cleveland, well, they're cities, especially the suburb I grew up in. It's even more of a city now than when I lived there when I was a kid. The traffic, and I don't like traffic, and I can't do it. I can't drive in the city, and it's a lot worse. And it's funny, I guess it's like hereditary. Okay, here's two things I do. One thing, if I'm going somewhere, I will always take the back roads. Well, I was told, my maternal grandpa, he did that. So I got that from him, I guess. I guess this stuff can't be passed down. Now, not driving. I hate driving in the city. If I go to visit my sister, and we're going to go, well, in this case, you have to drive, because I usually do the driving. Like, no, I'm not driving in the city. You're going to drive in the city. So anyways, my uncle, my dad's brothers, he said, I got that from my grandpa, my dad's dad. Because I guess one time, what? Oh, you know, my grandpa was a coal miner, but I guess he moved here to work in the salt mines under Lake Erie. But he ended up going home soon after because who was he with? My uncle? I don't know. I think he may have been staying with my great uncle, and he told me, he goes, I gotta go back home. I can't drive in the city. And I was like, so when I said how much I hate driving in the city and I can't do it, my uncle laughed. Oh, your grandpa was like that, and he told me that story. So yeah, it's still little snowflakes, but it's definitely snowing. Oh, somebody did a good job at this section of the road. Whoever it was, thank you very much. So anyways, I think I've been babbling enough. I just, needed some entertainment to get myself home. It was like, yesterday we had a busy day at the flea market. Today was dead. I mean, we usually have a church rush. Usually about 10:30, 11 o'clock. It gets really, really busy. It was like quiet all day. I mean, dead quiet. Nobody's in there. And so I think everybody's preparing for the cold snap because, Ohioans, anybody who lives in this area of the country, like tomorrow we're grilling out. I think my son's crazy to do it when it's 6 degrees. But people grill out in Ohio in the middle of winter. Doesn't matter how much snow you get your grill out. It's just the way we are. And it's this time of the year. If it got up to 40 degrees anytime soon, like if it did today or tomorrow, people would be wearing shorts, flip-flops, stuff like that. It's a phenomenon. Like you get so used to the cold that when it gets to 40 degrees, whoo, it's warm. Kind of felt that way a couple days ago when it was 35 and sunny. No, they got up to 38 and sunny. And it was warm. I wore my spring gardening jacket when I went to the butcher. I just had a blast the other day. So now I'm going to stay in and stay warm. But anyways, I've babbled enough. I just needed some entertainment. Bore you guys to death. So I'm going to leave you with that. Stay warm and safe, everybody, because I hear this is going down south to areas where you guys aren't used to the likes of this. This is, we're used to this up here. So be safe and warm. Blessed be, and make it a joy.